Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with my guides and with this deck. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. And this can be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, wherever it is that you have Gemini in your chart. So let's get into your message. Be sure and like the video for me. Hit that thumbs up and definitely subscribe if you like the messages. It really does help to grow my channel, but it also pushes the messages out into the algorithm so that others can get the guidance that they need as well, in case they need the message too, right? So I really appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands, and this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, fire sign. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sag. Sagittarius is your opposite sign. But this is, you could have it in your chart, but this is just that taking leadership, right? Stepping into your authority, that fiery, passionate energy. He's very confident. He's a very good leader, but he's also an entrepreneur, right? So he can see things from a bigger picture. It is getting that bird's eye view of things and really kind of seeing that, yes, you may be where you are, but there is a bigger picture here, right? And there is an end game, and really understanding that concept and that point of view. So the situation is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about decisions, right? Needing to make a decision and needing to really trust your inner knowing here. So you could be at a stalemate right now, not making a decision or refusing to make a decision, right? So, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, she is blindfolded. So she's having to rely on her intuition. This could be you really seeing something for what it is in order to make a decision, right? Needing to really kind of see a situation as a whole, right? See that bird's eye view in order to make some sort of decision here. So the blockage is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is joy, happiness, togetherness. This is like a community, like your people that support you, right? That can be coworkers, family members, a friend group, right? Like this is your soul tribe, your spiritual community. With this as a blockage, this could really be not feeling emotionally fulfilled or not feeling like you have support, not feeling like you have a group of people here that have your back, right? So I feel like this is really about your emotional fulfillment and needing to find more happiness, more joy, maybe even finding your community here. Or deciding really like what it is that makes you happy. What is your joy? What is your happiness, right? So the root cause of this is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is the inner knowing, right? She's very intuitive. And this is like the things behind the veil, right? The unseen, the secrets. So this could be maybe feeling disconnected from your intuition and not able to make a decision, right? Not able to really see things for what they are. Maybe this has to do with some kind of community that is not happy, not supportive, and you're trying to decide, do I stay here? Do I leave? Whatever that decision is for you. Maybe you're just not feeling very connected to your intuition in order to make that decision, and you really need to kind of trust that inner knowing, right? So in the recent past, what is affecting this situation? We have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is victory, recognition, being supported, right? And like all of your hard work paying off. So with this in the reverse, it can be delays. It can be, temporary setbacks, things not coming together the way that you wanted them to. And I feel like this maybe is an opportunity to see things differently or to see things the way that they are. Maybe they were delayed for a reason. Maybe there's some sort of setback because you need to make a decision to go in another direction, right? Whatever that is for you. There is this like temporary setback, but it is temporary, right? Like keep pushing, keep moving forward. Success will come in here. I feel like this is, just a small temporary setback. So the message from your higher self or your spirit guides is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving on, finding peace, finding calm, and kind of maybe going on some kind of spiritual or healing journey. So they are leaving these choppy waters and they are moving to these smoother, calmer waters, right? This is like moving to calmer waters. But I feel like this is kind of a transition into more peace and more calm and a need to leave things behind. And this can have to do with a mindset because the swords are our thoughts, it's air energy. So maybe this is a mindset, a need to kind of learn a lesson. Maybe that was with a group of people and maybe you didn't trust your intuition. And it's kind of led to some setbacks in, groups, community. This could be like friend groups and you didn't really see people for what they were or, whatever the situation. I just feel like spirit is telling you that it's time to accept the lesson for what it is and then move on, right? So that you can heal and kind of find that peace and calm that you're desiring here. So in the immediate future, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a lack mindset. This is focusing on all of the things that you feel like you don't have, right? Like you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you don't have the support, you don't have the people, but knowing that you are supported and that there is help for you, maybe not from this friend group, but the divine is always there for you, right? Like these people are outside of a building and they could knock on this window or knock on a door and they could get to the support that they needed, right? So again, I feel like this might be you moving on from a lack mindset or this focusing on what you don't have. It's just a need to shift that mindset and a need, again, to see the bigger picture. So if this was, a friend group that you had a falling out with or whatever you consider your community and there've been like setbacks, delays, and something that you weren't seeing, understanding that this happened for a reason, the bigger picture, right? Because especially if these people were like deceitful or, they were kind of holding you back or they weren't supporting you, are those the people that you really want moving forward, right? When you do have a victory, are those the people that you want around to benefit from your victories if they can't support you on the journey? Like that's kind of like seeing the bigger picture here, right? Like understanding that things happen for a reason. And again, accepting this for what it is, accepting the lesson as hard as it may be. And then continue to trust yourself and your intuition, right? Because that can really throw you off and really affect your connection with spirit and the divine and make you feel like you're left out in the cold and you don't have anybody, right? That can really have you feeling that disconnection. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is being open to new opportunities, right? This is enthusiasm, but he's also doing it from a place, he's a grounded place, right? He's very grounded. He's very practical and he's willing to learn, right? Like taking those next steps and then being enthusiastic about new opportunities. So I feel like you really are open to new opportunities and really want, something to open up here for you, some kind of new way of being or a new direction, right? So in the environment and your energy, we have the Page of Cups. This is what's influencing you right now. So the Page of Cups is playful. It is intuitive. It is, that younger, fresh energy. So maybe there is a need to kind of tap into like your inner child playfulness, have some fun. Especially if you're healing, that's a big part of healing. I feel like people get so bogged down in like shadow work and, I need to focus on this trauma and I need to heal this and I need to do that. But, you kind of overwhelm yourself in doing that. And you can almost be like forcing the healing, right? You need to feel it, but you also need to have fun, like take breaks and really open to those intuitive messages right here. The High Priestess. Trust those intuitive nudges that are coming through, those intuitive messages, and really be open to new opportunities, playfulness. Again, just tap into that inner child, that happiness. What did you do as a kid? Did you paint? Did you draw? Did you dance? Right? Try to find some joy and happiness. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is very decisive. She is very honest. She knows what she wants, right? She's very direct. She also has clarity. So I feel like you're really hoping for clarity in a situation on how to move forward, on which decision to make, and really being able to see things clearly on how to move forward, right? With this Two of Swords, maybe you weren't seeing things clearly, and now you kind of are. You're like getting that clarity, right? So the potential outcome is justice, and I love that. So justice is Libra energy. This is balance. This is karma, like things turning out the way that they are supposed to do. This is like all of your you reap what you sow type of energy, right? But I feel like things are really going to balance out, and I think some truth and clarity, because I see both of them with this sword here, right? They're both holding, this is like the sword of truth. And then she has this sword. So I feel like there is clarity, there is balance, there is maybe even some kind of truth coming in here, or even just you being honest with yourself, right? On moving through this, like you're not lacking, you're not alone, and you kind of seeing that, right? Like looking at it logically rather than emotionally, because a lot of times, again, we can get caught in our emotions, which is totally understandable, especially when you're going through, some kind of difficult situation or trying to make a decision. Just don't let your emotions get the better of you, right? Like try to keep your head and your heart balanced. And I really feel like that's the potential outcome here. But there's definitely like karma, good luck, things like that coming in here. So I feel like things are really going to play out the way that they need to. I feel like you just need to see that right now. You need to see the bigger picture and don't focus on the lack or the setbacks or the disappointments that you've had, right? Especially now if you're seeing a situation or people for what it is, and not focusing on that lack anymore. I feel like this is just you realizing that everything happens for a reason, and your good karma's coming in here. So I really love this for you. I think it's a really good message. I feel like just focus on the good and the good will come. So I hope that helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.